Okay, under the city manager's report, he will be discussing the COPS grant, CDBG housing development tax, the credit fund award, approval of the 210 legislative agenda that will be presented when the legislature goes back into session. So, Paul, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, before I get to those items that actually need action, just want to give you a few updates and the citizens in attendance tonight. One, I'm going to start and try to, usually I would try to get Melinda to give us our financial report. I'm going to do just a quick reading of that, just to give the citizenry and the city council that report for the month of October. For the period ending October 30th, year-to-date revenues exceeded expenditures by $1,863,709. Cash and investments total $5,358,657. There was a final installment payment of $165,665 made on October 27th to RBC Centura, and that was dealing with the fire truck and other public works equipment. So that amount has been paid in a final installment. And comparing the budget to actual expenditures for the general fund thus far is at 31.7%, which is a good number, Mayor. And also, just a reminder, I think this has been in Melinda's report previously. Basically, the audit from our auditor has been reported, and that document is with the Local Government Commission waiting its approval, which is a standard process, Mayor. And once that has been approved, which we anticipate it will be, the auditor will come and give you the formal presentation of that report, and certainly, any other comments and answer any questions at that time. So we're eagerly awaiting that. But there's a lot of cities that go through this process right now, so sometimes the backlog for them starts to line up right now in October and November. But we expect that to come out, we hope, sometime by the end of November. That's what the forecast has been.
Okay.
Mayor, I previously updated the City Council. Just a reminder on the Golden Leaf, Main Street, and Patterson property. We're waiting for that that process to continue. Hopefully there'll be another discussion of this in mid-November. If not, early December. We're not sure how the Thanksgiving is going to factor in there, but the local committee is going to consider that first before it goes to Rocky Mount, which is the formal Golden Leaf board for consideration. If we make it to that extent, it looks like it won't be heard by the formal board until late January, maybe even early February. Mayor, I've mentioned before, but just again to allow the entire public to know that we have hired our planning director, Amanda Jarrett from Franklin, Virginia. Look forward to her starting. We're lucky to get the quality of the candidate that she is, and I think she can do a great job for us. Her first day will be November 30th, so really not that far away, and I hope you all are ready to come by and meet her when she starts that week. May I also like to commend the Parks and Rec Department, specifically Kelly Manning. They hosted last week for 2.5 days at the Becker Mall, a great senior event. It was really for senior clubs around the state and the officers of those organizations. They did a great job for 2.5 days, got many compliments on the program, how it was handled, the facility and everything else. They all stayed at the Hilton. They booked a hotel for, I think, 2 nights, maybe 3 nights. It was a good event, good for business, good for the hotel, and good for Roanoke Rapids, and I think the Parks Department did a great job on that.
Thank you, Chris. If you'll pass it on to Kelly.
Mayor, the energy audit, I know you've heard Mr. Parnell talk about that, but the energy audit, which was auditing our facilities in the city of Roanoke Rapids, has been completed. A few little things are waiting on some information on, but it has been essentially completed. We may have to present that to the City Council at the next meeting if it needs a signature, but it's essentially complete. It's got some good recommendations in there. I don't think there are any real large surprises in there, but it shows us a way to lower our energy costs over the next 5 to 10 years and with some immediate savings. We hope to be able to use that document to apply for a grant that will be a non-matching grant that will allow us to make some changes at no cost directly to the city. If we're approved for that grant, you just can't make the application for the grant without an energy audit in hand. We have that, and it's, like I said, it's about 95% complete, waiting for the final document to come through. And then once we get that, we'll look at the timing for those energy audit, the energy grant applications. But I think those are impending here by the end of the month or early December. So I'm sure we'll be back to you in the near future for that authorization to make that application. Mayor, one more thing, and then I'll get to the items that are on the agenda. Just want to give the board a quick update on the theater. The theater group that's managing the theater, and this has been fairly standard, so I don't want to alarm the City Council by any means. It's been a standard practice with these documents, but they have not made their November payment at this time. This is the 10th day. They've got something of a grace period, and once that happens, there's a certain notice mechanism and cure period. So although it's delinquent at this point, basically for November, that has occurred in the past, and again, not reason to be alarmed. And they have made their payments in the past, and they have made all their payments, including a total of over $1 million to date right now. So really no reason to be alarmed at this stage, but I feel like it is my duty and responsibility to let the City Council know where that payment stands right now. So I just want to let you know that formally. And Mayor, moving to the actual items, or the items that for action to be taken on. Mayor, if it's okay, I guess I can do them one by one, give you the summary, let you make the motion. That way we won't mix them up. First is the 2009 COPS Grant Award, and again, I apologize for adding these at the end.
No problem.
They didn't come in the mail until after the agenda was out, so it was hard to do it otherwise, but I felt like we need to go ahead and move forward. The first one is a 2009 COPS Grant Award. It's for $4,000, and it goes part and parcel with the other COPS grant. It's really to buy equipment. It was an add-on by the state of North Carolina. They actually called us and said, hey, you've got a COPS grant. Here's $4,000 if you make the application, which the chief jumped on very quickly and was able to make that application and secure those funds. So the request is really just to a motion to accept this 2009 COPS grant award in the amount of $4,000 and to authorize staff to proceed with the grant project.
Okay. You've heard the motion that's been recommended by the city manager. Do I hear that motion?
So moved, Mayor.
Hear a second?
Second.
Any discussion? There being no discussion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, and ayes carried.